Okay, a pleasant morning, everyone. So our topic this morning is about amines. Okay, so what are these amines? Actually, amines is known as the preservative in food. As you can see in the background, it has that food sandwich. No? So this is mostly used as a preservative, a curing for food. Okay, so that is an amine. So let us look into the overview of what is amines. So these are now the key questions that we are going to need to know. What are amines? Sometimes this is being pronounced as amines. Okay, so how do we name amines or amines, and what are its physical properties of the amines or the amines? How could we know it is basic or acidic? And what are its reaction? Mao gyud ni pinakalisod, the reaction. Okay, so if you look into the structure of amines or amines, what makes it unique is with the presence of, asa may makita ninyo, no, here. This is the methylamine. This is the dimethylamine. This is the trimethylamine. What is present here, what makes it unique is because of the presence of nitrogen here. No? So this is methylamine. There is nitrogen here. This is now the amine. Okay, so how will you know it is primary amine? If your amine has still two hydrogen. Akong isultis inyo ha, that it is a primary amine if your nitrogen has still two, diba? NH2. Dimethylamine is now a secondary amine. In what way? Because as you can see, your nitrogen here, no, the other one nitrogen, the other one, no, that hydrogen there, the other hydrogen is being replaced with a methyl group. And finally, it is tertiary, no, tertiary amine, wherein all of the hydrogen in your nitrogen are being replaced by substituent. And that is what is meant by a primary, secondary, and tertiary amine. What makes it amine? Because of the presence of the NH2. Okay, what makes it primary? If your nitrogen, no, has still two hydrogen. What makes it secondary? If your nitrogen has still one hydrogen and the other one hydrogen is being replaced by a substituent. It could either be a methyl or other group. Then a tertiary amine, if all of your nitrogen, the hydrogen in your nitrogen are replaced with other substituent. Okay. Mag-admit pa ko. So that's it. Edit lang. So these are now amines, no? Classified as primary, secondary, tertiary, depending on the number of carbons group, no, attached to your nitrogen. Or when your nitrogen, the hydrogen in your nitrogen is being replaced by other substituent, which is an alkyl group. In most cases, the substituent in your hydrogen is the alkyl group. What do you mean by alkyl? It could either be methyl, no? It could either be ethyl, propyl, butyl, so on and so forth. So that is an amine. The amine is the NH2. So one of the physical attributes of an amine, which is very important, is the amphetamines. What are these amphetamines? Amphetamines are known as stimulants. No? These are powerful stimulants. What makes it powerful stimulants is in case you have lost an appetite, if you're going to take amphetamines, this will enhance your appetite. But there are some, no, there are some side effect of this. So the physiological effects, there are 3 physiological effects of amines, which is the amphetamines in the form of amphetamines. The first one is it has, if you are going, this is a drug, once you are going to take it, this will reduce fatigue and diminish hunger. No? In what way? This will raise your glucose level in your blood. No? So that is one of the physiological effects of amphetamines. The second one is this will lead the other effect. Mas maayo ni kay way gutom, no? And this will, that is why please, no, avoid drinking energy drink. Yeah, because sometimes there are amphetamines there, no? Most of those who have lack of sleep, inom nila cobra, isa inom cobra nga hiya, no? That is an energy drink. So that kind of an energy drink is added with, in most cases, amphetamines. So careful with that, no? So the other one is, no, its physiological effect is it will reduce hunger and fatigue. But what will happen? This will raise your glucose level of the blood. If it will raise your glucose in the blood, what will be one of its side effect? Of course, this, if the person who is taking it has a high blood pressure, no? Or it has that taas ang iyang sugar, no? What will happen? This could lead to also to cardiac arrest, no? Or this will raise more your blood pressure. So the other one, no, is this is prescribed for mild depression. No? This will reduce hyperactivity in child. This will suppress appetite. No? Nganong suppress man appetite? No? Why? Because of the amphetamines, which is the benzedrine, no, wherein this will bind, no, to the pentramine, which is known as the fasting blood. No? Fasting blood. So what will happen here is, no, you will lose the appetite. No? This will suppress appetite. So for those who have, no, problems with obesity, pwede gamay lang, ani. Pero the problem is, kung na-overdose mo, na problema, no? Because this will lead to anorexia. Unsa may anorexia, no? Anorexia is a kind of sickness wherein a person thinks nga bisag perti na niyang niwanga, ang hunahuna pagyapon niya tambok pa siya, no? That is the loss of appetite, no? So it's a psychological, actually it's a psychological sickness. So these are the effects of amphetamine. No? So this drug is illegal. No? Why? Because this will reduce fatigue and elevate mood. No? So mahimo kang moody. And in most cases, the very severe effect of it is addictive. Okay. No? Especially mga nang ginahimo sa uban sa mga artista, what happened is they tend to take amphetamines because of long duration of kanang mag-shooting. No? So what happened is this could prolong, no, the period of sleeplessness, dili ka katulog, loss of weight. Pero ang pinakagrabe is paranoia. What do you mean paranoia? It is a kind of a sickness that you have hallucinations, you have fears already. So this kind of, no, drug is not good because it has these 3 side effects. Okay, so amphetamines, as you look into this structure, amphetamines has an amine. No? This is now the amphetamine, which is the benzedrine. No? the common name of amphetamine is benzendrine. No? So it has the 2 rings, no? And NH2. And this is the methadone. Where is your amine? Canacea. And this is the fastin, no? Or pentermine. All of these are under amphetamines. Okay. So amines are being classified into first aliphatic amine and aromatic amine. Okay, what makes it aliphatic? So an amine, no, in which nitrogen is bonded only to alkyl groups or hydrogen. No? Alkyl groups ra og hydrogen, walay ring. Now that is why it's so called aliphatic amine. Aromatic amine, of course, there is a ring. No? So an example for this is, can you still remember the aniline? So aniline, it has the benzene ring with NH2. This is a primary amine. Then we have the secondary amine, aromatic amine, which is the N-methyl-aniline here. Now, nga naman secondary, because one of your H is being substituted with an alkyl group, a methyl. So that is, how are you going to name it? That is N-methyl-aniline. Later on, we will look into how the naming of this. And the third, which is a tertiary aliphatic amine, wherein there are already 2 attached methyl group in your amine. And this is the benzyl, diba? This is benzyl, kani ang benzyl. Dimethyl, kani ang dimethyl, kaning duha. Okay, dimethyl amine. The benzyl dimethyl amine. Benzyl, this one, and this is the dimethyl amine. So that is the classification of amine, aliphatic and aromatic amine. So the aromatic amine is in which hydrogen is bonded to 1 or more aromatic rings. So what are its other class or other type of an amine? It is the heterocyclic. What do you mean by heterocyclic? No? Heterocyclic amine in which nitrogen is one of the atoms of a ring. No? So example of this heterocyclic amine is the first one, that is the aromatic amine. Example for this is the pyrrolidine. Okay, here, that is the piperidine. So how many sides are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one has 6. Then we have this is piperidine, without double bond. This is the pyridine with a 3 double bond. And this is pyridine, pyrimidine. There's 1. And this is the imidazole. This is the purine. And this is pyrrole. What is the significance with this heterocyclic aromatic amine? Who are bio people here? These are the nitrogenous base for the what? The DNA. That is the pyrimidine, the purine, and the pyridine. Okay. Sige lang, makuha na ninyo siya sa biochemistry. So the heterocyclic aromatic amine are amine in which nitrogen is one of the atoms of the aromatic ring. Naa siya within the ring ang inyong nitrogen, as you can see here. It could either 1 or more nitrogen. Okay, but in the heterocyclic amine, amine in which nitrogen is one of the atoms of a ring. Okay. So, ayan sa aning example. An example of this heterocyclic amine, aromatic amine, is the alkaloids. Actually, alkaloids is one of the component of the so-called phytochemicals. No, what do you mean by phytochemicals? They are ingredients in plants. No, it could either be in the leaves or roots or in stem, wherein it has a medicinal component. Okay, medicinal component, and sometimes not even medicinal component. It could be used also as insecticide. No? So that is an alkaloids. So alkaloids, of course, they have a basic nitrogen contained compound. No? So basic nitrogen, take a look. Naa siya nitrogen nga niya. It is in a form of heterocyclic aromatic amines. No? So almost all amines, almost all alkaloids in the nitrogen atom is a part of the ring. That is why we call it as heterocyclic aromatic amines. From the word alkaloids, meaning coming from the word alkali, meaning your plant here, plant extract is basic, basic in form, and reacts with strong acid to give water-soluble salts. Actually, there are so many different thousands of alkaloids, and they are used as medicine. But how are you going to do this? It is by means of its plant extract. Where can we have it? Either in seed, either in leaves, either in bark, in stem, in fruits, or in roots. Nga na ninyo makuha. So, for example, tuba-tuba. Tuba-tuba has the leaves of the tuba-tuba is antipyretic. At the same time, the leaves of tuba-tuba it has that component, a sort of an alkaloids, which could it could be used as a way of controlling anti-inflammatory. Anti-inflammatory ka na mga hubag-hubag. Okay, that is for tuba-tuba. For its leaves. At the same time, the stem, pwede ko na mo nakagiso ng stem, then you place a little of oil, especially wala ginahimo sa mga traditional medicine. So they add on murag some of, for instance, kaning haplas they place it in a part wherein there is inflamed meaning naghubag. Okay, so that is a kind of anti-inflammatory agent. But the problem for tuba-tuba is its fruit has a cyanide. Na lami siya tan-awon pero kanong gayna nimo na there is cyanide. It is poisonous also. Take a look. So the leaves has different leaves, stem, roots. It will differ in its application, its medicinal application. Wherein usara na siya ka plant but it will differ. The fruit of it is poisonous. Why? Because it has a presence of cyanide. Cyanide is a poisonous component. So, when administered to animals, including humans, alkaloids have pronounced physiological effect. Sometimes they are toxic in a large doses. Mao nang mukaong gani ka mukaong gani ka ng tuba-tuba, di gyud na pwede kan unang iyang fruit, Tamis-tamis kuno, pero the problem is it is toxic. Okay. For instance, this one, this plant is known as conine. It is a member of the carrot family, but when this is ingested, this will cause weakness, labor, respiration, paralysis, paralysis, and eventually lead to death. Canesia, this plant here. So this is a toxic substance. This is known as poison hemlock. Kadumdum pa mo atong part tong Greek time. Okay. So according to the story, Socrates was being poisoned by means of a hemlock. And what is that hemlock? It is a quinine. Quinine. Okay. Okay, sa may mahilig og tanaw og Korean, no? Korean drama katong mga traditional ko anila during the time of, for instance, the film of Princess Key. Oh, yeah. So makit ang yun ninyo nga that time there, what happened is a way of poisoning some people is they add it in the food. Okay, and that is a quinine. No? Quinine. It is a poison hemlock. No? Even Queen's Anne's lace, ha? Una sa lace ra niya gibutang ha? Oh, water hemlock gibutang sa lace sa dress ni Queen Anne. Now what happened is, no, it is being carried wherein makuan sa pagkaon. What will happen? That could kill because of its toxicity level, very high toxicity level. Okay? Sama ni. Oy. Stable. Sorry. Hinay ang naghinay ang internet. Okay. Sige. So, hinay kayang internet. Unstable ang internet. So that is one of the kind of heterocyclic aromatic, no, amines. That is the alkaloids. Okay, and one of its toxic, no, toxic component is because of the presence of this in the leaves or in either parts of the plant. Okay. So how do we name amines? Ilan na lang ta ka minutes? So how do we name amines? Okay. So of course we use the IUPAC first. In naming IUPAC names of aliphatic amines, no, this is the same as alcohols, no? Diba an alcohol at the end of, for instance, butane, if it is with OH at the other part, it will have the name of all. So butanol, no, hexanol, no, methanol, ethanol, like that. In amine, it is different. All you have to do is you get the E in the alkane group. For instance, methamine, no? Methamine, dayon na siya. So, methamine. Kwaon mo ang E in the methane, no? So, if it is ethane, no, get the E in the ethane and add it with amine. That will be ethanamine. Okay? For butane, no, you get the E, then add the amine. It will be butanamine. Okay. Hexanamine, methanamine, ethanamine, no, propanamine, butanamine, and so on and so forth. So the final E of the parent alkane is dropped and replaced by amine. No? So indicate the location of amine group in the parent chain. For instance, this one, where is your amine? No? This is, take a look, this is propane, diba? Propane, okay. So, there is an amine at 2. So place there 2-propane. But instead of propane, there is an amine. Get the E and add amine. That is propanamine. Here, this is a cyclohexane. Diba? This is high cyclohexane. Okay. But there is an amine here. Therefore, that is cyclohexanamine. Okay. This one here, we have two amine. The same thing. You are going to add the di, the tri, the tetra. So if it is one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is hexane. And how many amine? That is diamine. You place where is your diamine. It is in 1, 6 hexane diamine. Dili na mo largo hexanamine, because there is already a 2 amine. Okay, that is how you are going to name the amines. So IUPAC nomenclature retains the common name of the aniline here for the aromatic, the simplest aromatic amine. Okay, it is simple derivatives are named using number to locate. Same thing, can you still remember the ortho, the meta, the para? Ortho meaning adjacent, then the meta, there is one in between. The para is opposite. So for instance, this is aniline. Then if you have, here, we have the aniline here as your parent, parent ring, and we have a nitro. You give the number of your nitro, that is 4 nitroaniline, or you can have it as para-nitroaniline. This one, this is an ortho, a meta. You have a methyl here, or you can name it as your parent is the aniline, okay? And you have the methyl. Where is methyl? It is in 1, 2, 3. This is 3-methyl-aniline, or the metatoluidine. Okay, so that is how you are going to name the IUPAC way if and when it has in the ring. Okay, so several derivatives of aniline have common names. So these are known as common names. This is the nitroaniline, the para-nitroaniline, the aniline, the metatoluidine. Okay, some more. There is also unsymmetrical secondary and tertiary amines, commonly with N substituted amines. So the largest group bonded to the nitrogen is taken. Always remember, ang largest group bonded to the nitrogen is taken as the parent amine. The smaller group bonded to the nitrogen are named as their what? Location indicated with the prefix N. For instance, here, ang largest group, this is now your methyl. Di ba methyl ni? Only largest. So this is N-methyl, and you know this is aniline. Okay? This one is a heterocyclic. This is the cyclopentane, but there is an amine. Cyclopentane. This is cyclokani-kani. Mao ni ang cyclopentane, and cyclopentane siya with the amine. Or, mas dali, N na ay methyl, na po yung another methyl, or N dimethyl cyclopentanamine. That's the name of that. This is the cyclopentanamine. Kani, mao ni cyclopentanamine. And how are you going to name this two here? That is, asa siya na-attach sa N, ang usa ka methyl. Asa na-attach ang usa ka methyl sa N gihapon. That is why N-dimethyl, and this is the cyclopentanamine. Okay. So this will be your assignment. Okay. We have also common names of the aliphatic amines. That is, it's almost time. So please,